Hi, my name is Matt Holdinghausen, and I am here to complete my Google budgeting assignment for financial management and leadership. Three topics that are a little more clear after the reading. Number one was revenue. We talked about local revenue with our last assignment, but it was interesting to find that some states fully fund education without using state income tax or property taxes. So it was given the option that there are other ways to fund education, and that just in the way that we may do it may not be right. So I was just looking at some of the other options that way. Another topic that became clear after reading is trying to budget for plant operations. I think that can be difficult to budget because you have unexpected issues from time to time. Our district is an older building. I mean, we're 60, 70 years old, and at times it hasn't been planned out correctly, so we're having to fix roofs all at the same time, or heating and cooling issues are falling at the same times that we have roofing issues. So we've had boiler issues in the past, and that's something that takes the amount of money that you have budgeted and kind of ups it quite a bit. So I think it's best to incorporate a plan over a long period of time in order to fix or maintain or replace those items. I also agree with and think that from the reading it became more clear that building level leaders need to be in charge of the finances for performance and productivity, because it is the vision of that leader. And I think that they understand what they want to go into that vision and the supplemental materials that they'll need for that vision. So I think that that is a very good idea to have those building level leaders be in charge of that budgeting. Two things that connected to prior knowledge: student activity accounts. I spent 15 years coaching before I became an administrator, so I was in charge of my own SA accounts. We had an SA account with a basic budget for the year, and then we also had a fundraising budget. So one of the things that kind of changed over time was that we were taught that we should be using that budget for our current teams each year. You didn't want to, spend all your money at the end of the year for the following year's team, and I think that was something that was told to us, but also was didn't make a whole lot of sense whenever you talked about it. I understand how those student activity accounts do need a high level of control. You need to make sure that those are watched, and as the principal in the building, I get to see all of those and make sure that they're spending their money wisely. There are times where cash is involved in these, so you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on everybody, because that cash can be tempting, and you want to make sure that you have a plan and policy for that money. And also line item budgeting and function codes. I'm becoming more and more familiar with these and how they pertain to a school budget by the experience that I'm gaining from filling out POs and turning that stuff in. Most of the time they stay pretty close year to year, but I think that the plan would be to, everyone have a plan so that every once in a while you can put money in for those large purchases. And a question I still have, at the end of the chapter, it talked a little bit about school vouchers, and I wonder about the productivity of school vouchers. Will it improve education? Statistically, from the examples in the book, not necessarily, but again, there are different ideas for different places. And the way that it's going now is there are tax credits or the savings accounts, which makes it a little bit different, because does that money actually change possession from the government to the people in order to spend that how they would like? And that includes on church-based education. Our governor does support this, so what's next? What are we going to be looking for? And that's something that I'll be reading up on. But also, could this be an opportunity? We're a very small district anyway. Is this an opportunity to bring in some people into our district? So that's kind of the way that I wanted to look at that. All right, thank you. I appreciate it.